Hello, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Uh, um, yeah, happy Friday, everyone. I had put a reminder. Um, I didn't put something. I'm live. Okay, today I have so many things planned. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. This is Claudine Gasana, immigration attorney here in Houston, Texas. I'm here today to talk about a few things, a few updates on, I'm getting my notes ready. A few updates on the diversity visa, 2020 and 2021, even 2022. I have had a few questions about TPS in, Kerry? Yes, and you also, yes. Good morning. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, so, but before I get into it and to see if other people will join us, I have a few other updates today. There's always something going on in immigration, right? And welcome everyone. Thank you. I do appreciate you joining me. Uh, today's Friday. It's been a long week with kids. Anyone has kids at home now? Yeah, it's too much to juggle. Okay. I think a few updates I wanted to talk about, and yes, I'm here to talk about the diversity visa lottery for 2020 and 2021, TPS, Cameroon questions, and some questions I received on the on the extension of work permit, right? So those are the questions I'm here to address. But first, I wanted to talk about a few things. So number one, uh, everyone is aware of. Yeah. I know. I have some news for you, Kerry, but I don't know if it's gonna be good news. So bear with me. Let me say a few, talk about a few updates to catch on to see if more people are joining, and then I will go into the question or the updates on the diversity visa 2020-2021. Right. So first thing first, after the mass shooting in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, the USCIS has released, has announced that there's help available for those who have been affected, not only by the shootings in San Antonio, but also in Buffalo and now in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or other events of like major significance and foreseen events. So some of the available um, tools or help is that if you are here if you are here in the US and you need an extended uh, stay, there are USCIS will allow you to apply for an extension. Say if you're visiting or if you're on a student visa and now you don't know what to do, there's help. So that's good news. Um, and even if you miss out on a deadline in filing any of your immigration benefits because of those unforeseen events, USCIS is offering help, is offering a grace period, is offering extended period of stay for people who were affected. So some other news I wanted to catch on before I get to the diversity visa news is that USCIS or the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice have arrived to the conclusion that people who arrive at the border uh, who arrived after November 2020, and then they were given a credible fear interview. So basically, you are called at the border, and then an officer asks you why are you here, and then you say you seek asylum, and they do a preliminary review, and they say, okay, you may have a claim, they usually give you a credible fear interview or credible fear determination, and the person or the individual is usually scheduled for a hearing before an immigration judge. So what the and since the immigration, so guys, my eyes are red, I don't know why. So since the immigration judge hearing is governed by the Department of Justice. So the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security have come to a conclusion that if someone has had a credible fear interview or credible fear determination, they will not be put in removal proceedings. Instead, USCIS officers will review their asylum cases. Like if you were coming here and apply for asylum as someone who's not in removal proceedings. The reason why I'm telling you this is because some of actually this has become has started to happen because some of my clients were waiting on the court. Their cases were dismissed, and this goes to the other video I talked about previously regarding the prosecutorial discretion policy. So if you can go back and check, because some people may be affected who may be waiting for their court their date in court, but then they will be dismissed. So there are some consequences and some good, pros and cons for that type of dismissal. So feel free to watch the video I posted the last few weeks ago. Any other? Okay, so the other news I can talk about is the premium processing. So USCIS has announced or has begun a pilot for premium processing few other cases, including the work permit, like, people who have work permit pending, they know how long it is taking now to get the work permit, the initial work permit applications, and some other, change of status application, the I-539 applications, and the immigrant visa, worker visa applications or I-140s. So there's a phase out or phase in period for all of those cases. First, they have begun with the I-140, EB1C, which is the multinational manager, a national interest waiver, and then they will go with the I-539 and the I-765. So that's something going, which is going to be beneficial. Basically, what it is if you had a work authorization application pending, you'll be able to pay a fee, like $1,500, and you get it expedited within 45 days, which is good because now it's taking over 6 to 8, 9 months, even a year to get the work permit approved. It's taking over a year to get I-539, like a change of status to F1 or extension of status to of your B visa, or those are taking over a year. So if there is a premium processing fee, if somebody has some, money to pay to get it expedited, that's gonna be a good news. So that's the updates. So now let's dive into the issues. I've received so many questions about the diversity visa 2020 and diversity visa 2021. I actually did a video on those issues with the legal or lawsuits that are still pending, by the way. And and then people have been asking me, can I get my visa, or when it's my interview going to be scheduled? Do I still have a chance if I won the lottery for the diversity visa, like Kerry right here, for the diversity visa 2020? Do I stand a chance? Well, the question is still to be determined. However, though, to give you a short answer right now, the Department of State is not scheduling interviews, and that is because the Department of State is pursuing the lawsuit all the way. I think it's gonna go all the way to the Supreme Court. So they are still in the federal district court or in the appellate level, but I think they will go all the way to the Supreme Court. So basically, let me read you what it is. So there have been 4 court orders that ask to reserve visas. I did a video and I made details of how many visas for each year. Diversity visa 2020, how many visas, diversity visa 2021, even diversity visa 2022, which for now is still ongoing. So the fourth court decisions that have been issued by different district courts are being appealed by the Department of State. Basically, the Department of State, which is the department that issues the visas, the green card, the diversity visa lottery visa, the diversity lottery visas, is appealing those decisions that said you have to reserve these visas to these people because it was because of COVID. They couldn't have scheduled an interview, or the interview schedule was cancelled, or for other reasons. So you have to reserve those visas. But the Department of State is saying the law does not say to reserve visa. The law says if you miss your deadline, if you miss your September 30th of that year, then you are out of luck because these are lottery visas. These are not like, so nobody is entitled to this visa. It's a lottery system. If it's available, it's available. If it's not available, or if you miss the deadline, it doesn't matter why or what conditions, uh, these visas are not available. So the Department of State, that's why, is appealing. So they are refusing to do that. And before, though, there was um, one of the, or few of the court decisions have said that while they're still pursuing this lawsuit, they can start issuing visas, right? However, the Department of State again filed the lawsuit to stay, right? To stay that decision, meaning that the Department the Department of State asked the court to not to ask. I mean, that asked the court to stop or to stay the decision, or to put on hold the decision that the Department of State has to begin issuing visas. So anyway, without going into so many legal, um, um, so so without going to so many legalese, there is no visas being issued for the diversity visa 2020, 2020 or 2021. There's no scheduling, there's nothing. So does that mean, okay, you are out of luck, it's not gonna happen? We don't know. So we have to see what the court of appeal decides, and if it decides in favor of the plaintiffs, like if it decides in favor of the applicants of the diversity visa, then that's good news. However, though, the Department of State still has an option to appeal to the Supreme Court. So this is ongoing. So I mean, so what would you do? I would just keep going. They always tell you, do not make any life-changing decisions. Do not sell your house. Do not stop working. Do not stop your school. Do not stop your life until you have a visa in your hand anyway. So just keep on with your life. If this happens, it's gonna happen. So one question that keep coming is, do I have to be part of the lawsuit to benefit if in the end the plaintiffs prevail? Do you need to be part of the lawsuit? No, you don't. uh if this prevails, everybody who has had a diversity visa selection will benefit. However, I did post on my diversity visa video. I posted, after this video, I'm gonna link it so you can click on it. So there is a website of the plaintiffs. You can go and register to be notified as this whole, because like I said, these are ongoing lawsuits. So now the plaintiffs, which are the attorneys who are representing the applicants, they are suing the government, the U.S. government. It is filing counter suit, and so it's ongoing until it goes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decides, and then that's what actually I'm predicting, because that's how it's been happening in these immigration cases. Like, the government doesn't want to issue these visas for reasons that they say it's just not feasible. I don't know why they're saying that, but yeah. Anyway, for the diversity visa 2022, though, those are ongoing. Some of my clients already have received their green card. So if you were selected for the diversity visa 2020-2022, and the visa bulletin shows your case is like you have a number, and your number is on the visa bulletin, your priority date is current, then you can go ahead and file your, if you are abroad, you can file your DS-260, which means it's a immigrant visa application. If you are in the US, you have to inform the Kentucky Consular, the KCC, inform them that you are in the US and you will apply for adjustment of status, and then you apply for adjustment of status. But when you do apply for adjustment of status, you have to make sure you annotate on your form that diversity visa 2022, please expedite, because again, if you have diversity visa, if you were selected for the diversity visa 2022, it means that you have to have your visa or your green card approval, adjustment of status approval before or by September 30th, 2022, right? So now the diversity 2023 winners, they have just been announced. So congratulations, anybody who were announced. So then for them, they will start their process in October. So you can see where your number is. If it's current, then you will apply for their immigrant visa application or the adjustment of status if you are in the US. So thank you again, those who are joining. I see you coming in and out. Thank you. I appreciate you. Again, this is Attorney Claudine Gasana here in Houston, Texas, giving updates on the diversity visa 2022, 2021, 2022, even, did I say 2020? Yeah. So now also TPS for Cameroon. I've received a few questions regarding TPS for Cameroon. Okay, so some of the questions were, after appearing for asylum hearing and losing, can you still apply for TPS? So the requirements for TPS typically is that you have to have been present in the United States the day that the TPS was announced. So for Cameroon is April 14, 2022, and you can show that you were physically present, you have been present, and you have fewer criminal records, typically less than 2 or 3 misdemeanors, and you are a person of good moral character. So it does, even if you've been refused, denied the asylum, you should be able to qualify. So when will TPS be available? For TPS, I mean for Cameroon. So like I said, so it was just announced in April. So it has to go through this federal registration. So if there is first, the rule has to be announced, or there has to be written, and then there's a comments period, and then it usually takes about 60 days for the comment period, and after the comments, 30 days, and then 30 days for the government to go back and make changes if they need to make changes on the rule, and then the rule becomes into effect. So we have to wait, hopefully soon. So, and someone asked, can someone in Cameroon apply for TPS? No, you have to be present in the US before on April 14, 2022 to be able to apply for the TPS for Cameroon. So, and somebody asked, only if I'm in another status such as F1 or a B1 status, as long as you should be able to apply as well. I mean, that's actually a good opportunity because B1 expires and F1 expires. So, so there's also, before I skip TPS, there was TPS announced for Afghanistan as well, and we know there was a TPS announced for Ukraine. So this is good for nationals of those countries who don't have any other way to stay here in the US, and they don't wish to go back to their countries, especially since TPS is announced, because there is reasons why in the country, either conflicts, either natural disasters. That there was also TPS announced for Haiti last year, So that's good news. So now let me go to the I did a video on um, automatic extension of work permit renewal, right? So, and I have received different questions, and they may address those questions. So, basically, when you file an I-765 application for work authorization renewal, so it's a renewal, it's not an initial, right? So you have a work permit, so but it expires, you have to file. So first of all, you have to file before it expires. So once you file, you will receive a receipt notice that says, okay, we have received the application for renewal, we are processing it. So when you file now, because like I was saying in the beginning of the video, that it's taking months and months for USCIS to examine and approve the renewal applications or any application for work authorization. So now they have the USCIS has found or has come up with a solution that, okay, when you file for a work permit today, and you will receive a receipt notice which will say that your current or expiring work permit is extended for a total of 540 days. Okay. So that's what it is. Before it was 180. So if the rule was announced while you had your application pending, then that means and they were given 180 days. That means on those 180 days, they will be added 360. So, and the other question I received was, so how do we prove that? Okay, so the good news is you don't have to file anything, or USCIS will not send you any other document. However, USCIS we changed for work purposes anyway, because this is a work permit. So USCIS has changed the I-9, which is employment verification form that the employers have to fill out and you have to fill out when you're working. They have USCIS has updated the instructions on I-9 to include that if someone comes with a receipt notice showing an extended period of 180, they will add a 360. Or if somebody files after the rule was announced, then they will receive a 540 days, which means there should not be any interruption in your work. Your employer should be able to allow you to continue working by giving them your receipt notice. And also, when you go apply for your driver's license renewal, you should be able to get, usually they, once you have your receipt notice here in Texas anyway, so each state is different, but here in Texas, you will receive an additional year, like a driver's license for 1 year. And you can continue renewing as long as your I-765 renewal application is pending. So basically that's okay. Now, yeah, so I had made myself some notes. So I also have one other update which is not good. I have I have made a video on a Title 42 that it has been, I guess, removed. However, there were been a lawsuits by some states, I believe, including my state of Texas, that now the Title 42 is still going on. So the court has instructed the government to continue Title 42, and the reason was because that they did not go through the administrative process, like how I was telling you about the federal registry. You have to announce when you announce a change in your policy, the government has to go through this period of posting the rule and then comments, and then they can put they can put in effect the rule. So that's what happened. Now the Title 42 continues. That means people from those countries affected by Title 42. Title 42 is again a title used to limit people from coming to the United States because of public health or health issues, right? Health reasons. And most of those people are from Black and brown countries, like Haiti, Africa, the northern triangle. So and that means people will continue to be not allowed to come in to seek any relief. So that's not good news. But we hope this, once the government figure out how to fix the problem, which means to put the announce the change in a proper ways, maybe the Title 42 will be removed. But it's, the government has also appealed the decision of that court that halted the removal of Title 42. Okay, so yeah, so that's all I got today. So I don't see any questions, and I thank you for following, and these are useful uh, news that I give you guys, because like I said, changes happen, immigration policy changes happen almost daily, and the easier way is to make a video and combine maybe a few. So feel free to subscribe, those who have not subscribed, and share this video for somebody who has a question about the diversity visa 2020, 2021, who have a question about the TPS for Cameroon, or who had a question about this automatic extension of EAD, or employment authorization document. So share, subscribe, comment, give me some comment, give me some feedback. Okay. So now let me wish you a happy and blessed weekend. All right. Bye, y'all.